Hello and welcome to Middle-Aged Geek Girl. I'm Sally. Today I have to try something a little bit different for a video because this thumb has been an ongoing saga in many videos, is still not better. I do have a tentative medical appointment for an injection, but not until the end of the month. So I've got another few weeks of having to keep it braced and very limited on what I can actually do as I'm right-handed. I thought I'd do a repeat of a video I did maybe last year, and it was the non-dominant hand challenge, and use the same book actually, which is this Evil Chibi book from Abi Dev. So I think I maybe did it around October maybe last year. I know which picture I did, so I'll be able to tell you when I did it. Yeah, 3rd of October 22, so I did it 2 years ago, and it was this picture here where I coloured it in with my left hand. So I'm going to do that again and use the same Ohuhu alcohol marker set, which is the grey colour set, and I picked this picture this time to do. So I try to pick the ones that aren't as detailed as others and have a bit of a background already coloured in to make it a little bit easier for me. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. I'll try and talk as I do it, and if I need to edit later, like speed it up or put music underneath it, I will. So this isn't going to be pretty, I dare say. It's going to come out quite messy, but we'll see how we go. We'll start with the moon. I could have picked like bright pastel colours, but I thought it sort of lends itself to the grey ones a bit, and also having the brush markers like these, this set, the pastel set, and I've got the skin tone set as well from Ohuhu, that are brush markers, so hopefully that helps me a little bit, and I don't think it is. As you can see, it's already all over the place. It's amazing. I know there's ambidextrous people out there and a little bit jelly of you, but it's just amazing how uncoordinated things are when you don't use your dominant hand. It's just amazing we have a dominant hand. The human body and humans are a fascinating thing. They really are. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're all doing. How's your October going? I'm filming this on Monday the 14th of October, so almost midway through the month. Got a sort of not too busy week coming up for me. I think this will be released on Wednesday the 16th. So yeah, I like to try and film at least 2 days before I've got to release it, so that I'm not filming and editing the same day. I just find that really draining. I try to have like 1 or 2 days of filming as many videos as I possibly can. That hasn't been happening because I just haven't been able to work out what I can do with this wrist. Well, thumb actually, sorry, it's my thumb. So yeah, I've been sort of really unsure of what to film. What's this one? A blue-grey. I might use the stars, or if it's snow. I think it's meant to be snow, so we'll put these in this colour. So yeah, I've been just so uncertain on what to do, and it's really getting me down. Like, it might seem a bit silly to some people, but not being able to do anything, well, can't say anything, but doing most of what I would normally do. Like, I can't really colour. As you can see, I can't use my left hand. I'm not very good with my left hand. So I haven't been able to colour. I haven't been able to diamond paint. Not that I'm doing a lot of that these days anyway. Or cross stitch. Or build miniatures. Or build Loz kits. So yeah, really anything I really normally would love to do. Also, the colours I'm picking aren't going to really make sense. I'm just picking colours just for the sake of trying to get some stuff down. But yeah, so as I say, I can't really do anything. And it really is getting me down. I was almost like in tears yesterday just from pure frustration and boredom and annoyance. Because I just need to always be doing something. And like I took my thumb brace off and actually did do some of the colouring in the Far Out Space Adventure book that I've still got to get done. Well, I want to try and get finished by the end of the year. So I took the brace off and did that yesterday, and yeah, really I did 2 pages. I probably should have only done 1 page and rested it, or even half a page and then rested and did the others, but that's how I did it. And I ended up really hurting. Like this really started hurting and clicking and all of the horrible things it does that really upsets me. What's this one I've got? Cool grey. I'm literally just, I've got the pile of markers here, and I'm just picking one up and just randomly plopping it down somewhere, so there's no rhyme or reason to this colouring at all. But yeah, so as I was saying, got really teary yesterday. Well, to the point of tears. I didn't actually cry, but I really wanted to. I was just fed up. I'm also, you know, I can do some stuff on the computer because thankfully I can key with my left hand and just have to control the mouse with my right hand. And with the brace on, that's not too bad. That's quite easy to do. But yeah, it just got to that point where it's just, I'm so sick of it. I'm so over it. I just want it to be better and I can get back into doing stuff, because it feels a bit like, and I know no one said this, I should start with that. No one said this, or no one's implied this. This is just me putting this burden on myself. But I feel like I let people down if I'm not releasing videos regularly. But also, you are a bit of a slave to YouTube's algorithm. I'm desperately trying to get myself monetized, and that stuff doesn't happen if you don't release videos regularly. I mean, it happens if you're lucky enough to get like a viral video that gets you views instantly, or a couple of viral videos. But for me, I have to just make sure I release videos regularly, and I'm not doing the 2 a week like I want to. I have had this set for a while. Looks like some of them are starting to dry up a bit, and I don't want to press too hard either, which is something I do if I use my wrong hand. I might have to like eventually buy another one of these. I have used it a lot. I do love this grey set and their pastel set, so I probably will have to replace them eventually. But yeah, so I really want to try and get videos out regularly, but as I said, I can't, because it's really limited on what I can do. I'm also very messy. Look, I'm already drawing on my fingers and stuff just by taking the lids off. Yeah, and this isn't going so well. It's not going too bad. Like, if anything, I think some of the going out of the lines is, apart from there, is a little bit where it's the ink leaks sometimes, because it's alcohol marker, and I'm probably pressing, I'm trying not to press too hard, but I probably am pressing a little bit too hard, or taking it, you know, too far over the edge, so that when it spreads out on the paper, it's leaking into the other things. So it's not going to be, as I said numerous times already, a pretty piece, but it's, you know, it's content. I've got to do something. I have to, yeah, because I'm just sitting on the couch, and as much as I like to sit on the couch and watch silly things on YouTube or silly horror movies, I still have to have something in my hand working on it while I'm watching stuff. I just can't sit there. I either fidget or pick at my fingers, or if I've got a fidget toy, play with that. But all of that involves my right hand as well, so yeah. But enough complaining. That's not what you're watching for. Why are you watching? Are you watching to watch my terrible effort of trying to colour in? Are you watching because you like me? You like my personality? You like the silly things I do? I'm always curious. I know I watch channels for different reasons. Sometimes I can watch things that aren't necessarily the topics that I enjoy fully, but if you love the personality of the person running the channel, you stick around and you will watch things that aren't necessarily what you like. I find I do that a bit with the gaming channels. I don't like every single game that they will review, but because I love the personalities of the channels, I definitely keep watching, especially people that are doing like horror games and stuff. You just love their reactions when spooky things happen. That's what keeps me coming back for more. I don't particularly play D&D or do anything with D&D, but I'll watch some D&D channels because it's just fun character building and entertaining, and the people doing the channel, again, entertaining. I think we all tend to do that. Maybe watch channels. There's something that draws us in, and it's probably the topic in general that draws us in, and then we keep watching for various reasons. And I hope it's a bit of both with me. You watch because you like what I do, and you watch because you are one of my tribe. I think YouTube can be very good for that. You can find people. Well, you make your tribe. You can find people that are like-minded or respectfully challenge your beliefs, but you can still like them. Like, for example, I am an atheist and I don't hold back on that fact. That's who I am. But I have people with all sorts of religious beliefs that will watch my channel and support me, and I will support them back because it's sorry, I'm distracting myself. Neutral grey is what this is. Okay, so yeah, it's about, again, the personality. It's not because of their religious beliefs, and a lot of people are pretty good with it. They don't rub it in your face. Just like I don't rub the atheism in people's face. It's what I choose to not believe, and I completely respect people who believe if they respect me. Another thing is I like to swear. I do a lot of sweary stuff. I will do sweary colouring. I will swear sometimes in videos. I will do all sorts of things with swearing. Look at that. That was terrible. They all went out of the line. But again, I know there are people who watch my channel that don't like swearing. And I think that's what's the problem a little bit sometimes with the world, is we have to be judgmental on what other people believe or like. And if it's not harming anybody else, and if it's not like terribly illegal, why are we judging? Why do we think we have a right to tell people what to do on their channels or in their lives or in their bedrooms? I just don't get it. Never have really understood it. I think we all have enough issues in our own lives to be worried about what other people are doing is just a bit silly. Unless, of course, as I say, it's illegal, or extremely harmful to somebody else. I don't think we have a right to say anything. I've been pretty good on this channel. Pretty lucky, is that the right word maybe? Don't know if it's luck or just the people who watch my channel. You guys are awesome. I haven't had any real dramas with comments or anything. I've had 1 or 2 comments where people have not appreciated what I do, but that's nothing in comparison to, say, like, I look at some of the comments Terry gets on his channel, and he does movie reviews. And there's some of the things people, I don't know if it's untreated mental illness or if people are just nasty and horrible. But some of the comments he gets are just beyond the pale. Or beyond the pale. What's the actual term there? Beyond the pale, I think it is. Don't do ad hominem attacks. If you don't like an opinion someone has on a video, on their video, you know, just say politely disagree, whatever. Don't do ad hominem attacks. And I find he gets a few of them on a movie review channel. People get so worked up about movies. It's absolutely fascinating to me that people can just get so upset and emotional and say revolting things because they don't agree with his opinion on a movie. But yeah, but to every arsehole he gets, there you go, see I swore. And that was just naturally came out of me. I'm not even going to beep it out. So to every asshole, as I was saying, he gets like so much more nice people. So yeah, I mean, as I said, I've been pretty fortunate on this channel so far. I haven't had anyone that's been completely inappropriate and unacceptable. I've had some disagreements, but nothing I couldn't handle. And that's not an invitation for someone to come out and do it, by the way. The thing I still find fascinating is people who just dislike your video. I really, as a viewer of YouTube as well as a content creator on YouTube, I rarely hit the dislike button. I think I only ever hit the dislike button if it's something I find abhorrent. And then I try not to watch those channels anyway. Then I'll sort of also put a block on those channels and tell YouTube not to recommend them to me. But yeah, I really, if I don't like someone's diamond painting or colouring or any crafty thing they're doing, I won't dislike it because, in my opinion, hey, good on them. They've got something out there. They've made an effort. They've put something on their channel, again, unless it's a really terrible worldview. But then again, as I said, I'll just block those channels. But no one seems to have the respect, like, oh, well, somebody actually managed to do a channel, like put a video out there. And they made that effort and they got it out there. And yeah, for you to just... you, whoever you are, like you as in the general you there, to just hit the dislike button, oh, that's a bit of a bastard act, to be honest. You know, especially if you can't leave a comment and say exactly what you disliked. So, because I get occasional dislikes, most YouTubers do, and my personality type, I have to know why. So I sit there trying to work out why, and there really could be like no reason. It could just be that's just that person being a bum. It could be. Sometimes I try to work out, oh, if I said something a little bit controversial in that video, that's why I got a dislike. Did I colour in a swear word? Is that why I got a dislike? You know, I try and work it out, and really there is no point to it. It's not harming me. YouTube actually rarely, I don't even think they bother doing anything about dislikes. They see it as engagement. So like the YouTube algorithm actually, whether you get a dislike or a like on your video, so this might be something to help other content creators, it's considered engagement, and it really, YouTube see that as a good thing. And I think that's evident a little bit in some of the channels that they keep up and that they allow to still record. Also depends on if that channel makes YouTube a lot of money, whether or not they'll do anything, you know, looking at you like Mr. Beast and Logan Paul and all of those idiot bloody YouTubers. No time for any of them. Sound like a grumpy old lady, but I really don't. I think that's another thing we've got to stop doing. Stop making stupid people famous. Why are we doing this? What is wrong with us as a society? Don't reward dumb behaviour. Really. Look at this. I'm doing terribly, but I'm almost finished. And I didn't have to put background music. Wow. I did colour that in, but I coloured it in very lightly. So what am I going to do this background in? It's meant to be a snowy colour. So if I got like a really light blue-grey, I'll try a light blue-grey. I hope it's got enough ink, because these ones seem to be starting to run out of ink a bit, or maybe it's just because I'm a bit too heavy-handed when I'm colouring. I don't think I'm pressing too hard. It's hard to tell when you're using your non-dominant hand if you're pressing too hard. But, wow, I must say, I don't think I'm going to have to really do a lot of editing in this. So it's going to be however long it is, which might be around the 30-minute mark, I think, by the time I finish this background. Because what am I on now? About 23 minutes. I might have like a couple of seconds to edit out here and there if I've paused too long. Sometimes I edit those out, but I think I've managed to talk and edit and colour at the same time. Look at me, I'm getting these skills up. So yeah, and I know I've been talking about random crap as usual. I waffle, I go on tangents, I do all that sort of stuff, but that's who I am. If I don't have a pre-recorded script or a pre-written script or doing a pre-recorded voiceover type thing, this is the real me, this is the raw me. This is all of the waffle that you will get. But that's why you keep coming back, isn't it? Because you just love my waffle. How many of my overseas viewers like the accent thing? Like, do you watch for the accent? Just out of curiosity? I know there are some. I tend to sway more towards English channels. Like, I do have a lot of American channels, probably Canadian, a few Canadian channels I watch. But I think a vast majority of mine might be English. I know all my gaming ones are English. Like, that's if anyone else watches gaming channels, I watch like Eurogamer, Outside Xbox, Outside Extra, PlayStation Access, and they're all English. I don't know if maybe because my dad's from Liverpool, so I can't say that's a pretty accent, but my dad's from Liverpool. His accent to me is long gone. He talks a bit more Australian now, but yeah, so just out of curiosity, who watches for the accent? I always find that funny when people say, I love your accent, and it's like, I have an accent? I go, oh yeah, I suppose I do. It comes to other parts of the world. When Terry and I went to England in, gosh, that would be 20 years ago now. I'm pretty sure it was 2004. That happened in Liverpool especially, people going, oh, you're Australian, but I love your accent. I'm like, but I don't have an accent. And then I'm like, you guys all have the accent. And yeah, you completely forget that when you're in another part of the world, it's you with the accent. And I think I've got a very mild Australian accent. I don't think I'm very Australian in my accent. I am Australian, like in my accent, but not very Australian in my accent. But we as a country, as big of a landmass as we are, we don't have the changes in regional accents like, say, England. You know, drive 5 minutes down the road in England and you might have come across 3 different accents. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get what I mean. Because I'm pretty sure the whole English landmass fits in Victoria with some change. So that just gives you like an example of how big a country we are compared to England. But we don't have... There are certain things you'll go, oh, you must be from, say, Queensland because you have a certain way of speaking in that. But we're not terribly different like England, for example. Maybe America a little bit. Maybe America has a few different accents like we would have a few different, but I don't think they sound that different. I mean, even my Aussie viewers, correct me if I'm wrong on that, I think you can pick up maybe there is a what they call the posh South Australian education accent, which is what some of our Liberal members of Parliament used to have, like when Christopher Pyne, for example, sort of had that sort of very posh, but it was Australian still, but a posh Australian. It sounded weird. I mean, I think our Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, has a very Australian accent, as did Julia Gillard, who was actually my local member and our only female Prime Minister. And I won't go into that because I thought she was awesome. I just thought this country were absolute pricks to her. But we won't get too political, but it's just like accent-wise, to me her accent was way too ochre, as we say when we say that's our slang for a really thick Australian accent, is your ochre accent. I just find it weird. Like, I used to do, when I worked for the bank, I used to do deceased estates. So I talked to a lot of lawyers. And they, again, can have a very different accent. People from Sydney might have a slightly different accent. But, yeah, it's not so different like, say, like I said, in England, where you've got your very different regional accents for such a small little landmass as well. So I think I definitely sound Australian, but I don't think I'm too thick on the accent, which probably happens because my dad is a Pom. So I know I do pronounce things. Again, I said I do. I know I do pronounce things the English way a little bit because it annoys my mother, who is very Australian. So, for example, I might say, well, I say castle, for example. It's just castle in Australia. You don't say castle. And I'll say scones. But that's just to annoy people, and because I also loved the goodies. So I will say scones. I know I'm done, but I just want to go over some of these lighter ones with a bit of a darker colour, because the blue went over it very, very much. So let's just see how this goes. I might make it, yeah, see, I'm going to go over into the blue area, aren't I? I'll just do that one, I think. I'll leave the rest. There we go. Done. So that was my best effort of doing a colouring page with my left hand because I can't use my right hand at the moment. So how did it go? Pretty bad. There's a lot of leaking and overlapping, and I mean, it's not as bad as it could be, but it's bad. So, but it was fun. And I managed to talk through the whole thing. So I think I've got about 30 minutes of footage, which I don't think I'll be deleting any of, maybe a couple of seconds here and there. But this will be a long video. I actually talked through the whole thing. So I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, leave me a comment on how you're doing and any of the other questions I asked throughout the video. I love to hear from you, and I always respond. If this is your first time stumbling across my channel, hello, welcome, thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, hit that like button and the notification bell. And if you're interested in supporting my channel further, I do have a Ko-fi and a Patreon account set up. But I think that will do it for this video. I've waffled enough. Again, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm trying to find things to do, desperately trying to find things I can do until I get this injection for my thumb. But in the meantime, everybody, no matter where you are, please stay safe, stay weird, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.